Hey guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines, where today guys, we're doing some beautiful expansions. Now, we do expansions every episode, but today I want to do two things mainly. One, build a huge football stadium because I feel like now it's time Woodville can have their own football team and we can compete against the rest of the world to see who is the true MVP. And also, I want to do some more expansions on Woodville Inc. We haven't done it in some time, and I did check it out earlier, and I noticed that we're importing quite a bit of wood, which doesn't seem right considering this is Woodville. We're surrounded by wood. We should be chopping down trees left, right and centre right now. So that is what we're going to be doing today, guys. And if you do enjoy this series and this episode and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But we are back, boys. Now, last episode, we kind of fixed the Robin Hood Park, and we had a ridiculous amount of traffic leading into this. No matter what I did, they just kept coming in their droves. And what I did to fix it to the point where now nobody is wanting to come to the park right now, just joking, there is people actually coming, is I got rid of some of the stuff, like, you know, it was the main park, there was an advertising campaign and all that kind of jazz. I'll put the advertising campaign back on, but the previous day was a Sunday. It is a Monday, everyone should be at work, so not many people should be over here. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, we do have our university over here, which has a baseball park, which is the Woodville University Eagles. We're going to place this football stadium down, which I want it in this little area. I feel like it all kind of fits in with this section, with how the vibe is around here. So we'll do this first, and if I quickly place it, well actually, do I quickly place it down? Because it is quite expensive. It's 200,000. Yeah, no, let's not quickly place that down. We'll build a little section right now. Now, do I have it coming off its own little road? Do I have it coming off the university road here? So many questions need to be asked right now. I think I'll make it come off both. So if I pick a point here where the road stops bending, and if I pick this point here, now where do these 2 points potentially meet? So I'm going to bring this up by another, let's do it by 5. And it will meet at that point there. So if I bring that straight across, and where did that connect into it? Quite awkwardly around here. So if I delete that there, where does the bend take place? It happens by 11. We can almost get an 11 if you try your hardest. That's a 10. Let me go this way instead. 13 by 11. Right, so if I went up by 2, which is probably impossible. Let me delete this back a bit more. And we'll see what we can get from this. Now, I will say, guys, if you hear intermittent drilling in the background through this episode, I do apologize. It's my neighbors that decided today is a good day while your boys... That doesn't look right, does it? Today is a good day while your boys recording to put up a shelf. So, I do apologize, guys. There's not really much I can do about that right now. But let me redo this again, because I just realized it's an actual 20 mark. So, if that goes directly up to there, that would then connect in... This is going to be very interesting, this bend. This bend is going to be very interesting. So that would be a 24 by 22 or a 22 by a 22. Now, I'm going to delete that there just for a hot minute. 22. Oh, come on, game. Don't be like this to your boy right now. Try and hit those big margins. There we go. 22 by 22. So I want it to run quite similar. So that all this just to kind of get this kind of bend up. So I can set up like kind of little car park area right now for your boys' big stadium. Now, right, for the car park itself, do I put the stadium? That's the next question. In here? No, I'm going to definitely put the stadium over here, which I'm going to create real quick. A little section. So that road, I'm actually not sure what that road now becomes in terms of length. But if I picked here by 5, here by 5. And I don't think there's going to be much of a bend. But there we go. We'll squeeze what we can in. And if I put then the stadium somewhat centralized there. Just slightly rotate it a bit. We have our big football stadium now in. Which we can really go to town with, creating car parks. Like, oh, we actually get a new thing. A football stadium event is actually going to happen soon. So that is going to be pretty cool to see it come into fruition. Well, let me turn the anarchy off. Bam. Bam. There we go. Right, it's got the water. It doesn't need the power. So I'll quickly just do this just to give it the power it needs. Sweet, mate. Sweet. And then we can do the rest of the building. So we are going to throw a little bit of commercial over here. The great thing about it is public transport routes are all over here. So it's only a short walk distance to get over here. I might extend that bus line over here too. Or get that bus line to stop in here. Because then they might hop on the bus to get over to this. You never know. You honestly, you just never know. But let me set up now then the car parking situation. So if I come down by a 10 there, come down by a 10 here. And if I come out by 5 there, come out by 5 there. Actually, without doing that, we'll try and get away with this first. So that, where does it meet? Is that, I mean, kind of-ish. The only downside and negative thing about this would be that it is not a good idea to kind of try and build a car park on a bend. It doesn't normally play out very well. And do I go for the big boy? Do you know what? I'm going to go for the big boy right now. So this is what I mean. It doesn't really play out very well when you try and stick a car park on a bend. But like I said, we'll do our best to squeeze it in. So boom there, boom there. It's as good as you're pretty much gonna get it. Really, isn't it? Shocking, Seniac. Absolutely shocking. You should delete your whole city right now. This is shocking, mate. Oh, guys, please, please. Don't tear me to shreds in the comments section. I beg you. I beg you right now. Right, what can we get away with here? Right, I do this, this, and this. And is this enough to do some EV parking? Well, I can do 2 lots here. Right, we do just some disabled. This is probably the worst parking situation I've ever built. Please don't judge me. I'm just a simple guy. Just trying to make a beautiful city right now. They're actually starting to make their way over here as well. What we're going to set up right now then is the actual paths and stuff. So we're going to make this intertwined and connected as much as possible. Boom, 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 boom. Straight down here. So I'm using the one with the bikes on because I want to maximize everything. I'll do a little crossing over here as well. Down here. Place a load of trees in this area as well, which will be a good little spot. So loads of stuff set up there. We'll do a quick crossing right now on here. We'll do one there and there. We'll do one there, do one there, do one just here as well. So we can really maximize the walkability in this area. We'll place down a bunch of trees, but this is what we kind of want set up. Now, parking restrictions, they can only really park in this area, but they'll make their way over and fill that car park up first anyway. We'll make sure that this, or this road leading over here, you cannot park on it, which is going to be a good little shout. There's people walking and getting to where I don't know where they're going. They could be football fans on the way. Now, here we go, guys. What do we call this football club? At the minute, it's called Woodville FC, but I need you guys to give me some name suggestions for what we potentially call the team. Can you actually rename it? It's called Woodville FC, or is that just literally as it is? You can't rename it on that front, can you? If I just put A, no, you can't legit give it a name. So is it literally stuck to being Woodville FC? I think it might be. Well, that's no good. Okay then, guys, let me know what colour it should be. Should we be brown for wood, green for the leaves? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think the colour of Woodville FC should be. But the football fans are making their way over right now. So we've done a very basic layout, very basic setup. Like I said, I do want a little bit of commercial lying around. It'll be a great way to kind of, you know, maximise and, you know, the profits of the amount of people that we do have coming through this area. So you might as well take advantage of the increase in potential customers. Same for over here. We'll maximize this little section with some commercial near the train station, which will be a good little shout. But I think that's as far as we could potentially push it. Now, in terms of the trees, I want the big boy conifers. Oh no, I don't want them there, but I want them like dotted around. Filling all these little gaps, because this again is Woodville. We're in the woods. We're in the woods, boys. We're in the woods. Alright, fill this up. There we go. Is that as far as you take it for now? I think so. I think so. So it'll take a while before we do start seeing people even park up in there, because this just has like a really huge capacity. It really does. We can get that bus route extended a bit. So what I'm thinking to make it do is actually make it stop here at the train station. Then go and stop in the car park there. It probably doesn't really make much sense to make it stop here and here, but I'll give those alternative stops quite close by. So you got the train station, you got the football stadium, you've got the university, all thrown in within the same loop. We'll just roll with it. We'll roll with it. So eventually we'll build up around these areas as well and intertwine them, but it's a nice little good little section. We do have the event now actually happening, so if that's as much traffic as we're gonna get, then I'll take it, boys. I'll take. Look, Woodville is against Lakewood, the rivals Lakewood, those evil boys. And you see all the supporters right now on their way. They look quite old. Does Woodville FC have an old fan base? That's not good, is it? That can't be good right now. And considering that we look how much money we're now making from the Robin's Hood, and we don't really have that much traffic coming in. Oh, I feel blessed to not have that much traffic coming in. I really, really do. Yeah. Right, this is actually becoming quite a nice little hub. This train station is going to get used quite a bit as time goes on. Now, let's have a little fast forward anyway. So, it is getting quite late, so these commercial buildings will stop building at some point. They really will. Now, let's take a look at Woodville in Kansas Zone. Look at that. We almost half of our acquisition is imports. That's not good. That can't be good, right? But then when you look at it, look at the amount of tonnage we have compared to the production side of things. Something just doesn't feel right with that, does it? Something just doesn't feel quite right. So we are now, I'm gonna brush this whole little section here with more trees and stuff like that. Now what do we have? We have a couple of conifers dotted around, and we have the large redwood trees as well. So I'm gonna go for quite a large brush size. Let me pause and then just dot these all in. And then bring the brush size down a bit more. So just kind of follow the train track line here. And then we've got the redwoods in as well. I believe they're called redwoods, right? Now I've thrown it all in intertwined together. And the reason for that is, the problem we had for so long with this area is because the production buildings, in a sense of making the wood before it gets processed, are quite far away. So I want to kind of slowly start building up the hill and extending the Woodville Inc. as we know it. So with the industrial areas over to here, I'm going to start bringing it up a bit right now. And we're going to slowly take on this little section. And we're going to see what more, because it's going to provide more jobs anyway. We're going to get some more production. Hopefully we can get a lot more profit in the long run as well. So that's now centralized to over here. So I expect, oh, okay. We got quite a lot of, this junction's quite busy. Right, I did not expect that junction to be quite busy. But let me see what you can do anyway. Now, we have over here this little 2-lane highway style. I'm thinking about, do I switch it up to this same thickness 4-laner? Because that 4-laner we can do a lot more good stuff with. And take it all the way over to... Yeah, keep going. Because I'm sure at some point it turns into asymmetrical road, which it does right there. And I'm going to have this road now just kind of come and bend and finish off at this little section. So, do I switch this up to an asymmetrical road as well? Do you know what? I'm going to do that as well. It's kind of, you know, it's all a bit more thin and skinny and fits with the theme of what we're going with. So, if I bring that by 20, when do I start to make that bend happen? I'm not actually sure where the bend, like how far away this stuff is. So, if I bring that up by another 20. 35 by 27. Is that when it is 27? Wait, is that off or is it me? That's completely off. Them spaces right now are completely off. Let me bring it up a bit more. Another 10 there. And I bring that by 20. 25 by 27. To me, that feels like it's slightly off. Why isn't that snapping correctly? Anyway, 27. So if I delete that. And then by 12, we should then have the perfect bend. 25 by 25. There we go. Right. So that runs pretty much round and down. Got the 4-lane roads either side. On this side anyway. That kind of sets us up quite nicely. Now, do we do it like... I mean, I know what everyone's saying. Seniac, stick a roundabout on this. And as much as I want to do a roundabout, I feel like roundabouts are really good. But they're only really good for low traffic. They're not really good when the traffic starts to get a little bit too high. So I'm not saying I'm not going to stick a roundabout here because of that thingy, but I'm going to say that because this is eventually going to be quite a high trafficked area. For now, what I'm actually going to do, and what I'm thinking about I'm going to do is, and a lot of people will disagree with this, but I'm going to go with this 4-lane road here and here. Right, just for a minute, because I want to set it up like this. I just want to have that is the turn, that is the turn, that is for turning, that is for turning like that. Just simply do that for now, and let them figure out all the other issues further down the road. But having those dedicated turning lanes, just by doing the right turn, should hopefully keep the traffic flowing and moving a lot easier. I mean, they're going to stop here, there, and everywhere anyway. But until I've set this area up, I don't really know how much pressure I'm going to put on that junction. I don't know just yet. So for me, it's just easy enough to kind of do that. Once I figure out what pressure I put on that junction, what traffic is going to be on it, then I'll redo it. Same goes for this. But then again, this is not really being used at the minute. How is this over here? That's still okay. Right, okay. Anyway, because I'm getting sidetracked right now. So we'll kind of first do a... What type of road do we have over here? It's all dirt roads, isn't it? So we'll play around first then with... Is it industrial road? Where have I actually used that type of road? It's over here I've really used that industrial road. Okay. Right, we'll go the industrial road. I'm going to take it so far in some of these areas. And I want to kind of make it windy and bendy and like intertwines in different areas, and it'll lead off into its own dirt roads. So if I do this, kind of filter. So there's going to be no Oh, no, not, I won't say organization, but there's going to be like organized chaos leading over to here. So 21. So we have that little bendy, windy road going around, and then we do dirt roads coming off it, which kind of then take us up the hill to all the little processing buildings and whatnot. Now we do have this big road that kind of cuts over. I don't know whether I should have integrated that into this area. I mean, I still could. It could come up here and then split in different ways. I don't know how much traffic we're going to see on that, but staggering the junctions might lead us then to be able to control the traffic a bit easier. You never know. It could be all wrong, and we could have loads of issues coming out of it. So if I bring this road out to, say, there, and rather than make it look quite boring, we'll then kind of bend it up like that. I can then create staggered junctions, like one that goes there, one that goes there, which I can then use to build up. I can even make one come further up here as well. Like here. I can use these now as the entry points to these little areas, to where I can then take advantage and build some more production and close by buildings as well. So bring that to there. I'll have a road stick out just here and just here as well. That road can come up to there. Lead up to there. This road can come down to here and to here. Now put a nice little, or some kind of a little spin on things just there. And we'll go down to just here. I do a little crisscross there. So we set something like this up, which should hopefully be quite handy. And then we go to our industrial area, go to the woodland stuff, and we place down plantation area. So it's actually quite difficult to see, isn't it really, when you're trying to squeeze this stuff down? But we can just see the lines through the forestry area. But if I do stuff like this anyway, so if I stick it like a large plantation there, how much room does that give us dotted around? There, I'm going to do and place one over here. Boom. I'm going to place one just there. Okay, slope is too steep for that. So as we're climbing up the hill, we have different levels of stuff. Right, we'll squeeze another large plantation in just there. And then we'll go for the medium ones. So medium ones then. One there. One there. One there. One there. We'll go with, can I get any coming off this? Or that's probably all going to be small ones, isn't it? Yeah, that might be all small stuff over on this side. By the looks of it, yes it is. There we go. So lots of plantations being thrown down right now, which is going to be a big boost to the production levels. Now I'm very loosely going to kind of zone the waterworks over here, because they're a bit unorthodox because the placing, so I don't have to kind of do what we would normally have to do. And I don't think we have to do power. I can't quite remember, but I don't think we have to. But just by setting that up is going to provide a lot of jobs. It will put pressure on this junction. We do know that, but that's something that, it's not something that we're going to have problem solving. It should be fairly easy. But that's now going to ramp up our whole production. And you can change the color of some of these as well. Now, I could do it where it's all the same type of tree, it blends in, but I like a little bit of different color differentiation, like as if, the Woodville ink rather than have it all creating conifers so it fits with the forest, we're growing some beech because we have a contract with a company that wants a certain type of wood, and we can fulfill that contract because we are masters in growing trees. It's going to be a nice little addition. It's going to expand this area quite beautifully, which puts up almost our acquisition by another 100 tons, which we've taken a large chunk out of the import, which is good to see. Really good to see, to be honest with you. I'm quite impressed with that. It's definitely getting very busy right now in this industrial area, but this junction seems to hold itself up. Again, it's not perfect, but until I do see what the damage is going to be and what the initial traffic, or eventually what the traffic is going to be looking like, then I can set something a little bit better up. But as of right now, not too shabby. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. So what we did on that other junction. Now, I'm just going to say right now, guys, they're placeholders. They won't remain. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, it is the right one. Is that? Yeah, it is the right one. It's just so I can have these dedicated turning lanes. So everyone can make sure they're in the right lane. And then the only issue we're going to have is the traffic crisscrossing over. That's the only issue we're going to have there. But until I understand the level of demand and where everyone's actually trying to head in what direction, then they're just simple placeholders that keep the traffic moving and whatnot. Now, we had this issue before in this area. What it is because all this new forestry area over here that's now growing needs to pull it into storage. So the storage area gets a lot of demand straight away, but then it will eventually settle. It would be ideal if I had like a train line over here too that may be hooked up. That would be a big help for this section. But we'll leave this for now then, because some issues are just going to settle on themselves. Some won't, but we won't know until time has passed by. So Robin's Hood then, we're now losing money, but that is solely because it is midday on a Tuesday. You got to wait for the evening time where everyone's available to come and go and explore. We have had one game so far and we lost that game. That is not good, is it? That is definitely not good right now. It's quite shambles, really. But we don't talk about it, guys, okay? We don't talk about it. The event today is the baseball park, which is just over here. Oh, they're killing it. Look how many games. In the last 6 games, they won 5, lost 1. They're killing the game right now. And let's take a look at unemployment. 0%. So we can add some more residents in, get it all up and running. And we'll start doing that right now. Nice little residential strip there. We'll finish up this little section here with a nice little residential strip. Get this area growing again. And let's try and finish this, well, not finish it off, but add a little bit more to it, bulk it up a bit more. So that comes down by 30 and straight across. Straight up like there. We'll go, actually, I'm going to pause it for a minute. We'll do all residential. And then we'll squeeze in just here a little commercial strip. So we can do some little shopping in that little section. So that'll be a nice little chunk of residential. Get some more people moving into the area. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Now, do we have any bus routes over here? We don't. Now, the only reason I say that is because this is quite a little bit out of the way from this area where they would potentially come in to the train station. Believe it or not, that traffic is slowly dying down. We could do with some storage areas over here. We have got a few like in other places. We have so much wood stored. It is unreal how much wood we have stored right now. So let's get some storage on the go. Where would be beneficial and not cause too much traffic issues? Maybe, yeah, maybe at the very end over here. These require power though, don't they? Small log yard. Small log yard by the water. Do you need power? Yeah, you do. Thought you did, mate. But it's actually quite easy to give it power, really, isn't it? If I run that up to there, run that down to here and that across, that whole area is then technically connected. So I didn't have to run it all the way to the top anyway. So, little bit of a log area right there we can kind of store in. So we're going to have a lot of traffic now leading over to this. But that's not too bad. Right. I've just realised something as well. We don't really have a bypass lane for the cargo hub. We don't, do we? No. So is it now the moment where we start thinking about planes in terms of not just an airport, but a cargo airport? So we can ship those goods out. I feel like a good cargo airport might be beneficial over on here, maybe? An actual airport. Is up here too much? That could be quite a good little situation for an airport. It really could. But for a cargo airport, I don't know. If I go to this view, guys, where you can see a lot of this area, screenshot right now. And let me know where you would put like a pedestrian, not a pedestrian. Is it a pedestrian? Wait. Let me know where you put an actual airport for travellers, people, pedestrians, whatever you want to call it. Passengers, that's what the word I'm looking for. Pedestrians? Come on, Seniac. So let me know where you put a passenger airport, and let me know where you would put a cargo airport on this map. So you can either send it to me on Twitter or post it in my Discord, boys. That would be greatly appreciated. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, few little houses and buildings being built in right now. We do have a little bit of a commercial demand again. Woodville Inc. making some sweet money. Nearly 1,000 tons. Oh, holy smokes. We do need to process a lot more, don't we? I think your boy does. And that little station there has been overworked. So is that one. So we could potentially do with an additional one. I don't know where that additional line would be. But we're really going to be needing it. Is there any other train lines nearby? I think that's why we need the cargo line. Cargo airport. Where the cargo airport, rather than sticking the whole train line on it, we can have a separate one maybe. Or maybe have like a separate line that runs to another additional cargo hub. Because we have this one over here. But I still need to connect it up. I don't know. I've got so many options, so many decisions to make right now. It's going to make your boy's brain hurt, just saying. Just saying right now. But this area is now slowly starting to die down. Now all these guys have got their goods stored. That is pretty much full straight away. We have so much storage, but not enough production. So we need to ramp up our production side of things. Because that is truly where we make the big boy money. It really, really is. But we're taking a nice chunk out of the import, though. That's got to be a bonus. The less we import, the less money we're paying out. Meaning we have more profit. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. So workers then. Oh, let me bring that back up. We need more uneducated workers. We have too many overly or highly educated people working here. Which is not a bad thing. It's just, you know, they're wasted. They could be in higher areas and higher departments where they'll make more effort or do other kind of jazzy stuff. Starting to get a little bit of traffic now leading into this place. Now the working day has ended. People just want to chill out and go and camp or whatnot. Pretty good. Have we had a second match yet? Not yet. The next one is the 28th for the 10th. I don't know when that is. Oh, it's tomorrow, Wednesday. Nice. Okay. Okay. And yeah, it's not looking too shabby. So, we might have to spend an episode going around and filtering and fixing all the traffic. Because now for some reason, all of a sudden, we have this traffic line coming down. Which, there's not really an event going. What was the event that happened? It was the baseball park. It's got nothing to do with the baseball park. So, I'm not too sure why all of a sudden we have a traffic flow like that over here. Which is interesting to see. But it's something that we should be fairly easily able to solve. But I don't want to do it because I want to spend like an episode going through all of our traffic issues, solving where we need to. Because just like how this has now sorted itself out, that will eventually sort itself out as well. The tail end is now disappearing. So it's like you can't get hooked up on smaller issues you see straight away because they could be time-based in the game with the real-time mod. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.